When it comes to judging how successful a fat loss diet plan is, the most common thing we tend to look at is body weight, or more accurately, the amount of weight lost during the course of the diet. Since any significant fat loss transformation will most likely cause total body weight to decrease, it seems to make sense that tracking this change is a good way to track overall progress. However, there are a few problems with this method. Quite a lot of problems. To begin with, let's look at the different components that make up your body weight. So first we have the components that make up lean body mass. We have organs, bones, skin, muscle, and water. However, since the first three are unlikely to change, we'll just focus on the last two. Next we have your non-lean mass, which is simply body fat. This can be split up into two sections: visceral fat, the fat that is unseen and lies between your organs, and subcutaneous fat, which is situated underneath the skin and is what most people are concerned about when trying to lose fat. And the last part isn't really part of your body, but it still counts towards your total body weight. And that's simply the food that's currently in your system. Now, even though many people claim that they want to lose weight, what they really mean, or what they should mean, is that they want to lose fat. Unfortunately, when tracking progress, we only focus on one thing: the number on the scale. This gives us an idea of how much our weight has changed, but no indication as to where this weight has come from. So when it comes to weighing oneself, people tend to fall into one of two categories: weighing themselves at intervals or weighing themselves daily. So with interval weighing, the most common procedure is having weekly weigh-in sessions. Groups like Weight Watchers and Slimming World are known for taking this approach. While trying to lose weight with a group of people in a similar situation can be good due to having the support network from other members, weighing yourself once a week is a terrible way to track your progress. Here's an example. This person weighs themselves once a week every Saturday over the course of 3 weeks. They start off at 180 pounds. After the first week, they weigh 177 pounds. After week 2, they weigh 175 pounds. After week 3, they weigh 173 pounds. At first glance, it looks quite good. It seems like this person has lost 7 pounds and has had consistent weight loss. But what I didn't show you is this person's weight on the days in between. When we look at their weight each day, it reveals a very different picture. What has most likely happened here is that this person has not put themselves in a sufficient calorie deficit to lose fat consistently. However, they knew they would be weighing themselves each Saturday. So on the Friday before, they ate as little food as possible, and the same again on Saturday morning, which caused them to have less food in their system and also probably drop a significant amount in water weight. Then after the weigh-in, they relaxed a little bit, ate a bit more food, probably some carbs and salt, which led to more water weight being retained. They then repeated the process each week and were fortunate enough to achieve a lower weigh-in than the previous week. And for a few weeks, you can get away with this and make it seem like you're losing weight, but pretty quickly this approach will lead to your weight loss stalling. And this is more common than you would think. One of my mum's friends used to actually do this. The day before her weigh-in, she would eat and drink very little, and on the day of her weigh-in, she wouldn't drink anything and would also do a 5-kilometer run, almost as if she was scared of not getting a lower weight than the week before. Now, the second route that people take when weighing themselves is daily weighing. And I don't think there is anything inherently wrong with this approach. In fact, I think it's the best way to track progress. But the issue is the way people go about it and the mindset they usually have while using this method. So what usually happens with daily weight tracking is that people get very excited when the number on the scale is going down. I'm sure you've seen this, especially in January, where people proclaim that they have already lost X amount of pounds in X amount of days. But then they often lose heart when their weight loss inevitably goes up again. So if I had to sum up the issues with both of these methods using just one word, it would be fluctuations. As mentioned earlier, the goal shouldn't be to lose weight, but rather it should be to lose fat. But because things like your water weight and food in your system can fluctuate so much over the course of days and weeks, tracking body weight can make it very difficult to gauge whether you are moving in the right direction in terms of fat loss. So my 2 recommendations for this are: instead of focusing on individual days, track averages. Try to weigh yourself every day at the same time, preferably in the morning after going to the bathroom. Once you do this for a week, what you then want to do is take an average weight. Simply add your 7 daily weights and divide the total by 7. Then repeat this process. The number you want to focus on tracking is this weekly average. The reason this works so well is because by taking an average, any high or low fluctuations won't throw off your average by much, and you can have a much clearer picture of your real body weight. The second recommendation is to track long-term change. Even tracking every day and using a weekly average is useless if you focus too much on the short term. Here's an example of weight loss over 2 weeks. So far, it looks pretty good. They've weighed themselves every day, and although we can see fluctuations, it definitely seems like they're moving in the right direction. But when you look at where this weight loss has actually come from, we can see that the fat mass hasn't changed at all. And the only reason total body weight has decreased is because this person has lost weight from water and by having less food in their system at the time of weighing. Now, if this person continued on for longer than 2 weeks, then their weight loss would start to stall. And this is usually the point where people start to lose hope and they gain the weight back on again. So if this is happening, you firstly need to give yourself longer to see a more accurate trajectory of your weight loss. Give yourself at least a month. By this point, you should have 4 weekly averages, and that should be enough to show you if your weight loss is actually from fat and not just rapid water loss in the beginning. And if your weight loss is stalling, then you may need to reassess your diet to make sure you genuinely are eating in a sustainable calorie deficit and not just a fad diet that promises unrealistic results but can't deliver in the long term.